Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, haven't done that for a while, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Review. So, once again, we unearth a property from the ethers, from the monstrous realms from whence it came. I'm trying to think of a metaphor for ghosts here that I haven't used like the other video about raising the dead and such, because, it's happened once before. So, material's running slightly dry, which I guess is somewhat ironic in this scenario. I'm really hoping that Rexiipher does not have the same curse with episode 6 compared to Aphmau. If he does, then I'm grateful once again that Deltarune only ever had 5 episodes, but, that's another topic for a different day. For today, we're going to look at Trapped with Ghosts at Monster High, specifically. The episode 6 of Freak Show, to see if the curse is broken or not, and we'll have somebody else who's been subjected to the same things, and that being Aiden.
Hello. Hopefully I don't get tortured again.
No, I suppose not, although it seems like Rem is probably the one who's going to be tortured the most.
I mean,
or the
yeah.
principal, based on last episode.
Hopefully this title is better than what they did for Trapped in an Alternate Universe, which that was such a missed opportunity for a title and a concept. It's like, oh yeah, we're in like another universe. Like, no, just like in a weird pocket dimension or whatever. This is not.
Yeah, they should have had that pocket dimension, then Alternate Universe be something else, because that was episode 3. So the show wasn't like as firmly established. If they did that now, season 2 started like a week ago. So if they do that like now, it would make more sense.
It was so funny though. After you did your stream, like the day after you did your stream for season 1, episode 6, the next day, season 2 came out, which I thought that was funny timing.
I think I might have timed that deliberately because the premiere was visible. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I don't remember the premiere being visible.
Well, normally they are for like at least like 24 hours beforehand, so you know there's a chance I
Maybe.
might have seen it. Oh well, doesn't matter because we're still catching up. You know, still gathering material for that song that I wanted to do from ages ago. So I guess we'll
Oh yeah,
shift over.
I sent you my redid stuff. I hope you liked it.
Yeah, that's not for the same song, but yeah, well, yeah, I haven't had a chance to check that yet because I've been either doing the Fallen Angel stuff or today I had like a bunch of other stuff to deal with a little bit of a car situation that I will elaborate on in Walking Wednesday. Yeah, but for now, we're gonna go ahead and focus on this. You know, the thing that is consistent right now in my day, rather than rather than anything else that happened today. All right. So without further ado, on with the review.
It's Mothman.
Woohoo! Field trip to a human city!
Okay. Immediately, I have questions. Every episode so far has firmly established that Cade is an inescapable, prison school, essentially, where unless someone is like fully redeemed. If there's anyone who I'd say, you know, is close to, you know, kind of like, you know, redemption, as far as monsters are concerned, it would be Mark, granted, but it still seems strange. Maybe it's a privilege that you earn at some point. But if so, it's going to be difficult for Rev to be involved in this plot, if that is the case.
I mean, they just go to this human school.
And there he is.
They can run away. They can run away. You don't have to go back. Aha!
Yeah, unless the principal has some sort of like trackers on them or something. But she sees all apparently, so you know, she sees all except for the imminent danger and cause of disturbance from last episode that she directly goaded.
I mean, honestly, though, what would be a good way to give the students a field trip without having them leaving the school would be mentally astral projecting them somewhere else in the human world so they can witness and be amongst the humans, but as astral projections.
All right. Seatbelts, everyone, all aboard the astral bus. Imagine that.
I don't think that's what's happening here. Yeah. Oh, wait, Rev is here. Rev, run! Rev, you can escape! Also, can't you
that's what I was saying. It was in the previous shots, but yeah.
Can't you just get expelled from a school? Can you get expelled from a prison school?
See, I wonder if the opportunity is that well, actually, from last episode, we established that expelled means that you get all of your atoms separated, and you know you never be able to constitute yourself ever again.
So murdered. Never mind.
Tried to do anyway and got punished for originally. You know, she was trying to die, so why would that be a punishment for him?
The reward of death.
Yes. You know, how dare you try to end your own life? Instead, we'll do it for you.
No idea how long I've waited for this day. The principal finally approved of our class visiting the city, and for seemingly no reason.
Yeah, and that's not suspicious or anything.
I'm with Rev on this one. The timing is definitely suspicious of all things.
Quiet back there, and eyes forward. Remember, this field trip is a privilege, and that means it can be taken away if you violate our very simple and clear rules.
The shot on Rev was definitely a good cinematic choice.
1. No interacting with humans. We're out.
Yes, completely ignore everyone that might happen to be roaming around. That's gonna go really well.
Here at night for a reason.
It's still busy at nighttime. There's still cars driving around. There's still people around.
Are they on the road currently? I don't think
it looks like they're in some sort of like high school parking lot. It looks like maybe.
Don't bother trying to run away.
Why
if I
not?
catch any of you lambs roaming from the flock, I will assign wolves to chase you down.
Oh, please, I can
Which
fight a
has
wolf.
already happened to several of the child makers in this. Not to mention also the caveat being if you catch them.
And no, that's not a metaphor. I'm looking at you, Mr. Rev Venet.
We already had the shot of him kind of like singling him out, and we didn't need this verbal indication.
Wow, it's so nice to be seen for once.
And lastly,
For once, you make a scene out of yourself all the time. No, it's possible for people not to know who you are.
3. Stay in groups. I'd better not see any students on their
Also,
own.
isn't it easy to kill a wolf? I mean, you have like a seraphim, a vampire. I guess Rev is vulnerable to wolves, but I think the seraphim and the vampire could easily take care of some regular wolves, unless they're like magical wolves, like in maybe like something along the line of Cerberus, maybe.
I don't know. If it's going by Twilight rules, then it's your 50-50 chance for the vampire. But you know.
Yeah, true.
Groups? What, do I need babysitting now?
Don't worry,
Technically,
Rev. I'm
yes,
the
because you will try to escape.
Yeah.
best guide you've ever seen.
See, I'm wondering because they could have chose like any like human in city at all. We know that Rev definitely like lived somewhere before. Like we only met like his parents and his cats before this point, but it did seem like he had like a school life prior to this, or at least an environment, because he was coming back from somewhere in the first scene.
Check it.
So they could have basically just like accidentally made it so that it was like this was like his city or something.
I found this map of the city in a trash can. We can use
Ew.
Yes, humans frequently throw out maps to the city in trash cans specifically.
this.
Yeah.
That is a playmat.
You know that most of
okay. Matt.
Fair enough. I was gonna say one thing that I can say, like most cities will have some sort of like tourist guide place or something.
For toddlers.
For what now?
Ah, for the love of...
You don't know what a toddler is?
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't get that.
What's Miss
Also,
Goody Two-
also a question: was he born a vampire? Or was he turned a vampire?
According to him, he is the son of Dracula. Now that could mean that he was sired by Dracula, but the implication is that he was born to Dracula somehow.
Because that doesn't make any sense, because vampires normally can't procreate. I mean, I guess they're like technically Twilight, but
Yeah,
I mean,
again, Twilight rules. I think also question about this, because I don't know, because obviously all these episodes are called something at Monster High, so that's obviously kind of like part of the inspiration for this. In actual Monster High, how was Draculaura born?
I don't know actually.
Oh, okay then. I'll look into that later.
She was doing sneaking off.
Even so, I don't know. The idea of vampires having kids is weird. I guess that's also a problem with Hotel Transylvania.
A lot of action, it's a problem with a lot of things now.
It doesn't really make much sense because vampires are supposed to be dead. That's like, I guess Angel also had a kid, but God, why is all the vampire media I consume have some vampire somehow have a child? That's not how that works.
Yeah.
They're dead. They're reanimated corpses.
With Angel, they had to pull some serious strings to get that to work as well.
Yeah, I mean, technically in the Vampire Diaries it happened once, but even then in universe, it wasn't really explained how that one vampire managed to have a child, besides like some prophecy. It was like a whole like magic mumbo jumbo with like because of fate or whatever, like a Malagor pit or something. Technically,
I think the best example of like how a vampire family would probably function would be Interview with a Vampire, because there's there's the three main characters whose names I've mostly forgotten. I want to list stats, but I forgot the others. They all like side each other basically, but definitely like the main two are like sort of like in a what the equivalent vampire like situationship or whatever it might be called, and then they end up turning a child as well. So they kind of have like that kind of family unit essentially.
I mean, in
that's more because like they all side each other rather than like anything to do with genetics.
I mean, to be fair, in the Butterverse, I guess we do have the hybrid vampires, but also in the Butterverse, canonically, vampirism is a curse, and they're not. I mean, they're dead, but not dead. It's like it's more of a curse situation than anything. So it's like you don't have to die to become a vampire in the Butterverse. So I guess that adds a little more credence to it. Although even then,
that's true. That was all to make the Vampire Dad music video work.
Yeah.
Where are you going,
Although
buddy?
Aiden has adopted dozens of kids. He adopts a lot of children. He has a big family that he eventually turns. Mostly. Some of his kids he doesn't turn because they don't want to be turned. Most of his kids he turns, but some kids don't want to be turned. And they end up just getting really old and being really awkward, being like, oh yeah, this is my older sister. She's an old lady.
It's more good if the youngest is the old lady, but yeah.
Wait, I thought we were going to be a group. Professor Yaga said...
Just here. There's your code. Now, leave me alone.
If you're leaving, then what am I supposed to do?
Oh.
I don't care. Go do something humans do, like go eat a burger or something.
Suggesting that a place would be open, but she'd have to most likely, well, actually, you know, she just have to interact with the
I mean, there are 24-hour McDonald's.
This is true, and you can order electronically in a lot of McDonald's. They do have like the displays on there, but you still have a human call out your order and hand you said order. So does that count as interaction? Professor Yaga penalize you for that? You know.
A burger?
Oh, I just noticed the things on her cheeks, on like Sarah's cheeks, kind of look like Aphmau's markings in the Diary's Rebirth thing. Like the weird markings she has on her skin.
I was really looking forward to hanging out with her.
And of course, Irene has a huge, like angel motif behind her, so potentially that's, something. So, but there's some sort of angel markings thing that we're not aware of that they're drawing inspiration from. I don't know.
Probably.
Hungry.
Oh, is this a zombie?
Sam?
Oh yeah, from the previous episode.
I guess we could go find something to eat.
Which, yeah, by the way, depriving this zombie of food for five single seconds was enough to cause her to start going on a rampage and eat brains, or try to eat brains or something. That's one of the things that Rev planned. So, yeah, get some food now. Yeah, go get a burger.
Wait, isn't this a concern? Because she brought a zombie to the human world. Can infection spread? Like, can the zombie infection spread in this world? Is that how the zombies work in this universe?
According to what we found out last time, yes, they can, but they do have remedies for them.
Oh, you, Sarah, is there something you want to do?
I want a burger.
I mean, I guess, I
mean, the only thing that she knows how to do, because, I mean, I guess they haven't been, briefed on what they are allowed to do versus what they're not allowed to do. Which is kind of a problem.
Yeah.
Where did that witch run off to? There!
You can do this, Bella.
So back to following
I'm
Bella.
on to
Okay.
you.
Oh, I just realized we made 2 Twilight references, and now we're following the character named Bella.
Yes.
What the hell?
Wait a minute. Please don't tell me we're in another school. Please don't tell me we went to the human world just to go to another school. I'm gonna be so disappointed. We couldn't break into a mall or anything because it looks like lockers are next to us.
The malls would probably still be open.
Nah, malls
actually, no,
close around
depends on how late it
9
is.
o'clock. 9:10.
We don't know how late at night it is.
Wing here.
I'm just curious. For someone who always lectures me about the rules, you don't seem to have any problems breaking them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, going off without a group, that would be the first thing I would think to mention.
You're gonna play dumb? Fine. Maybe Professor Yaga might be more interested.
Stop! Don't tell anyone about this, okay? Just
Isn't
leave
she
me
your
alone.
friend?
Not until you tell me.
I mean, from episode 4, it did seem that they got closer to each other, or at least were not tolerant of each other. But I don't know. I guess I guess Rev's definitely kind of finicky when it comes to that, especially concerning Sarah. But I guess Bella as well now.
What you're up to?
Gosh, why do you even care? Doesn't matter to you.
Call it curiosity.
And curiosity killed the cat, like your cat.
His cat's been killed way too many times. That's no longer effective.
You that saw me. Look, Rev. I don't want to be around you right now.
Why?
Because you're
Ever since
annoying.
that incident in the lab?
The one that he suffered for more than you did?
What, the kissing thing?
Yes!
Wait,
Why
you
are
kissed
saying-
her without consent? I will get
He-
the pepper spray!
He was under the influence of a potion that they both brewed together.
Oh.
Yeah.
So casually.
I don't see what the big deal is.
It was probably her first kiss or something. She was going to say that.
What?
You're upset about that?
You're,
I mean, yes.
you're not?
It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Anyway.
No. I was inebriated by a love potion.
There
I
we
don't
go.
even think of it.
You.
To be honest, like if anyone would be like, I would expect to be more traumatized by this scenario. I would probably say it's the person who was inebriated and therefore and you know, and like carried out the action against their own will as well. But then again, I remembered it's Rev, so he's not going to care.
Don't think anything of it. At all.
Again, no.
The question is she more offended by that or versus the alternative?
Not at all. Not even a little.
Ow! Ow! Knock that off!
You stupid, dumb, idiotic
Ow!
jerk!
So that answers my question.
I can't believe you just said that to me! Get out of here and leave me alone!
Jeez, fine.
Ah, yes, violence, the way to scare off Rev.
Psycho.
Which actually, now that I think about it, is sort of accurate because the moment that the hound from last episode started attacking him, he no longer wanted to have it around and started running away from it. Even though that was the plan from the beginning that he came up with. So yeah, I guess Rev's weakness is violence inflicted upon himself.
Well, that's not good.
That just happened.
No, not now!
What the hell are you?
Oh no, they brought up a romantic scene and now the two cats involved are trapped in a room together. I have never seen this before in anything.
Finally! It's been forever since some fresh losers. What's these holes?
Who the hell is this freak? Weirdos like
Rev, I need to tell you, I came here to get bullied by ghosts.
piss me off!
Oh, great. Of course this school's haunted by poltergeists.
No
So it is indeed another school.
way.
Why?
Huh?
We just
You what?
escaped the school. Also, can't you just break through a window? The glass is enchanted here. You can just break a window and then run away.
I mean, honestly, maybe the glass is enchanted. I mean, they've got poltergeist. Who knows what else they've got around? But also, actually, now I think about it, of all places for Bella to come, a school would make the most sense for her. You know.
Okay, yeah, but
You-
it's such a boring setting for a plot in the human world. We already spent
Yeah,
most
they
of our time in
they
a
definitely
school.
like. Yeah, they definitely, you know, like that. They definitely, you know, like handicap themselves by not having, by limiting the options, you know, like not having an interest with other humans or any such scenarios, because that just basically kind of like restricts everything they could possibly do. Well, they're supposed to do what's everyone else doing at this point? Walking around the town, try not to draw attention to themselves. Good luck with that. They all stand out.
Creeps made a mistake coming here. I hate your type.
I'm going to beat you into the ground. It's time for me to get payback!
Amusing.
Payback implies that you have some vendetta against them specifically, but you just established you don't know who they are.
But I've had enough of this. A few poltergeists are no match for a necromancer of my caliber. Spiritus Abibis.
Quiet!
I see. Oh wait, is that? Did his book get torn to shreds?
I knew it the second I looked at you. You're another one of those delinquents.
Oh, you're gonna pay for... Wait, what the hell? Where's my book?
In his hand.
I'm confiscating this until you learn to behave, brat.
Hey! Give that back, you piece of...
Shut up! Your body's mine, you little freak!
What?
Oh. This is where if Ghosty were here, she'd be talking about, like, you know, if poltergeists are known for possessions or not. I know they're known for, like, interacting with objects, but I don't know anything else.
I mean, I'm pretty sure poltergeists are like attached to objects or locations in general in mythology, specifically.
You? Oh, you are so gonna pay for that, Bella.
Run, Rev! Over here!
And where's over here exactly?
That's a good point. You are, like, very clearly... Anyway.
Obsidio!
What? The point is to leave, not seal
That's a pretty cool effect.
ourselves in more!
Shut up!
Bella, where are you?
Bella, where have you been, Loca?
You could hide forever.
I think we're safe for now.
Great. That means you have plenty of time to explain yourself.
How long before Rev starts screaming and gives away their location?
I don't have to explain myself to you, of all people.
Really? How come that Geist knows your name?
It, probably.
Geist, is that like vamp? They just want to shorten it for just to one syllable. You know, it was too difficult.
We heard you say it.
You're bad at lying.
And you're bad at leaving. I told you
You're both bad at leaving. You're trapped here.
to stay away from me. I wanted to do this alone. I didn't want you tagging along.
Do what, exactly?
I just need to exercise these ghosts, okay? That's all you need to know.
What?
It's so embarrassing to talk about exorcisms. Like, especially with you.
Exercise? Is that what this is?
I had a plan before you... Ugh! You know, for a necromancer, you're not very good at dealing with undead.
I would be, if I had my grimoire. But I lost it, thanks to you.
It wasn't her fault. How is that her fault?
That part definitely wasn't her fault. He screamed, you know, that he was a necromancer. Was like, "You have no match for my power, spirit in Tomminess." Like, come on.
Me? I didn't ask you to follow me.
I tried.
Yes, we established you did not ask him to follow, you did not ask him to be here, you did not ask him to do anything. Thank you, Bella. Move on.
Tried to leave, but that's not an option anymore.
No, it
Wow,
isn't.
these
Instead,
characters are
I'm
so
stuck with the most
likable when they're in a shouting match. I love.
You know what? You know what, Aiden? Your line before reminded me a little bit of, you know, the song that you were thinking of. We could break a window, but no one's leaving.
Sensitive revenant to ever be.
Okay, like, ghosts shouldn't be able to, like, enchant the windows. You could just break a window. You have to be able to shut the doors, theoretically, and keep them closed, but they can't stop you from breaking a window. They're ghosts. They don't have magical powers. I mean, now you have a reason to stay because they have your grimoire. Whatever. You know what? Whatever. Ooh.
Yeah, except for Rev also. Rev is the one who said that the goal was to leave, so he's not even thinking about that.
Look, I have a plan, okay? I just need to get some things. And then once the poltergeists are exercised, we can go our separate ways
Also,
and never speak again.
I haven't seen episode 5, but question, was episode 5 about Rev having to interact with someone he has a love-hate relationship with, essentially, and them bickering the whole time throughout it?
Kind of. It's difficult to say with Sarah specifically because he definitely tries to get rid of her a lot, but he recognizes like how useful it is that she just complies with whatever he says and doesn't really fight to get rid of her that much. It was only towards the end where she started like showing like genuine concern for him and calling herself his guardian angel that he got a bit more uncomfortable. But that was the tail end of the episode, so not really. I guess the last time that properly happened was the situation with Bella. So yeah.
Based on the situation, I don't have a lot of confidence in your
I feel like Reva's character would be a lot more likable if it didn't feel like every time we see him he's just fighting with someone.
Yeah, I definitely see what you mean. Like, aside from like last episode, that's definitely a repeating pattern because obviously Wendy was there in episode 3. Episode 2, I guess, was like that was I guess mostly him on his own. And episode 1 was meeting everyone. So I guess like half of the episodes we've seen so far have, featured him, stuck with somebody that he doesn't like, which is most people. And having to put up with them in some sort of way, or them put up with him, is honestly also equally accurate. So it is a pattern that's emerging, that hasn't quite taken over the series just yet.
Oh, okay. Well then, do you have any bright ideas, almighty necromancer?
I can't see the text because my screen is too small now on this computer. Does that say, like, actually say necromancer with a W?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I unfortunately do. Okay, witch. I'm gonna call an angel to come get me out of this mess you put me in. But you have to do the incantation since my book is gone.
Yeah, see, I guess, once again, he acknowledges the usefulness of Sarah.
Fine. Whatever will get you out of here.
Repeat after me. Manus Mea.
Manus Mea?
That's not even the same pronunciation.
Corpus
Corpus Reggae.
Now repeat after me. Aphmau. Aphmau.
Ugh, I hate how itchy this zombie's flesh feels.
Huh?
Oh,
Who's there?
What? Stop spinning like an idiot, zombie! Look, I already said.
This is an interesting scenario. You know what I would have done here? I would put Rev in spectator mode, and then had somebody else control the character to sell like that visual.
There was a connection between us a few weeks ago. Do you remember your undead exam?
No.
Fantastic. Forget it.
I remember nothing.
Do as I command, got it?
Okay.
Okay, that's normally a Sarah thing.
Now, go catch up with that angel and that vampire.
Wait, it's closed?
Oh, go catch up with them. They're right there.
Come on! The sign says 24 hours!
Is this where the burger is?
I guess you were right about the 24-hour McDonald's, potentially.
Well, yeah, but we can't go in if it's closed.
Why?
Why not?
I don't
I mean, you're not allowed to interact with humans, so you can go in if it was open.
actually know. I think humans just don't do it.
We're not human.
Break in.
Huh. I guess not, but
I want a burger.
Okay, just tell him to forget about that stupid burger for a second so we can talk.
Forget
Hey guys, the voice in my head says forget about the burger for a sec so we can talk.
about burger.
huh? Are you not hungry anymore, Sam?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing because all of their names are puns on some level. So I'm guessing Sam's last name is B or something, like Sam B or something like that.
I am.
What?
Mark.
Oh
Get us
god,
the
that
burger.
crossfade! That crossfade! Oh god!
So, Caitlin.
Oh no, I'm getting flashbacks.
Okay. Maybe we can get in through the back?
That's the first time that's been like apparent in this series, which is also pretty impressive.
Idiot zombie!
Wait, hold a second, Mark. You've not been invited in. How are you supposed to get there?
Go after
Oh
them!
wait, is that vampire rules here?
I don't actually know. That's never been established.
This one's locked too.
Open it.
Well, gee, why didn't I think of that before? Thanks, Sarah.
You do know what locked means, right, Sarah?
Zombie,
Yes.
say Rev Venet is stuck in a haunted school.
Rev Venant in school.
You know Rev? He does go to our school. What about him?
No! Tell Sarah I need help!
Sarah needs help.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, Sarah, I need help. But okay.
Oh, that's it! Ah, you
Ow.
stupid, idiot, worthless zombie!
Sam, are you okay?
I mean, if you're able to control the zombies, Sam's body, just have her write something.
Ow.
Oh.
Wait.
Or bash her probably not very hard skull into a door.
She's a genius.
Oh my god.
Way to go, Sam!
No! That was me, you idiots! Wait, no! Why the hell? Wait. Put me down, witch!
Yep, and once again, he screamed and probably gave away the location.
What are you freaking out on me for? You didn't tell me you were gonna go catatonic after I did that spell.
Why does it matter?
You probably
All you
should have
do is
clarified.
Wait a few minutes.
Because we're being hunted by poltergeists, you moron.
Yes, but you were in a sealed room that you specifically said was safe. Why did you move?
I picked you up because I had to run from one.
So
Oh,
it's
okay.
my fault?
I guess it was ineffective. All right then.
I didn't say that.
Listen,
Maybe it's like in D&D, she could only have like one concentration spell at a time.
witch, us being in this situation is your fault, not mine.
Your voice down.
Or what? What'll happen, huh?
The poltergeist
They'll
is
find
behind
you. That's what will happen. My goodness, I know you were just in a zombie's brain, but can you please come on, Rev?
You're gonna throw another potion at me? I'll shout as much as I want, and no one can do anything.
There we go.
How'd you forget that?
The very thing that he was just told about. Yes.
Move it, idiot.
Run, you little freaks!
Oh god, this is giving Aphmau's two
Ultimates.
videos where she randomly has to parkour.
It's just giving alternates.
The hallway. Why is it like this?
It's the guys to screw it
I had the same question in alternates.
with us. We need to get away from him.
How?
There.
Now they think to do the thing that we've been saying the whole time.
There.
Are you insane?
Feel free to stay here and die.
Well, I mean, she was planning to stay here anyway, and you said to have you leave.
Damn it. Okay.
Oh. And you died.
Okay, how is she okay? Or maybe she did a feather falling spell or something.
It really is incredible how your bones just realign themselves like that.
You should hear the crunching sound before you return to consciousness. It is quite eerie.
That's horrifying.
You haven't seen My Hero Academia Abridged, have you? That happens there as well.
I landed in a tree. You missed.
Clearly.
Come on, get up.
I think it was aiming for
We
a
need to
tree.
keep moving.
Where? Can't just run away forever.
I know.
I mean, can the poltergeist even follow you outside the school?
Yeah, they haunt a location or object, so no, they're kind of confined to that one area.
If they weren't confined to that one area, how would you know they'd all be there to exercise them as well?
We just need to get to the occult club room. Everything I need for the exorcism is there.
Oh, okay.
Cult club room? How do you know there's one here?
Just stop talking and start walking.
Sorry, my bones are broken.
Bella, come out wherever you are.
We're not in the school, you're a poltergeist. You can't leave that location unless we stole the object you're tied to.
Correction, come in wherever you are, is what I meant to say, obviously.
Oh, no. Okay, forget walking. How about running? Like this way.
Okay.
So, the same thing you've been doing already?
Where's that damn poltergeist at? I've heard it, but I don't know where it...
You know what would be really messed up, actually? Is if one of them tells me Wendy again.
Oh god.
Like, she has thrown her voice with an echo like this before. And she did once again rage at Rev. Although we didn't see her, I don't think, in the
I don't think she's
Why have
here.
the
She's
students
too
here?
evil.
and Rev isn't. He literally was the one who almost got expelled last episode.
Yeah.
As far as the principal's concerned, he's a bigger issue than Wendy ever was.
There you are, you freak. You're not getting away this time.
What is she doing?
How many damn spirits are in this school? Run!
Okay!
I mean, this.
Damn it! They're everywhere!
We're not even in the school. I guess we're in the courtyard, depending on...
Oh no! There are intangible ghosts blocking our way. What will we do?
Quick, this way! I know a place that's safe!
Oh, they cleared up already. Great.
What? How do you...
These spirits
Fine, just
are a
never
cool
mind.
effect, but
Just
like,
stay
what
away
are
from
they
the spirit-
doing? They're not hurting you.
Spirits!
You can't run forever, Bella.
Can you just follow her in the building?
That's it. Yeah, she didn't do any seals this time, so
She just ran in the
theoretically,
building.
yes.
You don't have to.
And even if she did, they broke a seal last time.
Okay, seriously, how did you know where to go? How do you know there's an occult club, and why do those guys know your name?
Rev, please lower your voice. You're in a library.
It's none of your business!
They have my book. It is my business.
Rev, just drop it.
They're trying to kill us.
I thought you wanted to die.
No, that's a damn
Yeah.
answer is I'll start talking.
I'm glad someone brought it up. He's only ever concerned for his life when it's convenient.
Look, that's not important right now. We need to...
Not to mention also, why does he care if someone is trying to kill him? It's not going to work.
Hide!
What the hell was that?
Well, I would imagine a ghost.
Belladonna?
What the hell is that?
Some kind of human biology doll or something.
I know you're in here, brat. Show yourself.
Yeah, like hell. Ugh, it's blocking our exit. We have to go that way to get to the club room.
Of course we do.
If only there were multiple hallways in schools that led to the same locations. I see that's not always true. Sometimes I remember.
It's mostly true.
Library. Yeah.
Just my luck.
Oh, shut up. I'm not thrilled either. Just stay quiet and keep your head down. Don't let it see us.
Okay. Just need to get
It's
out
gone.
of here without the thing seeing us.
Yes, exactly what Bella just said.
Oh. Just creep around this way, maybe. Okay. Where the hell was the way out again? Oh, damn, it's right there.
Hey guys, it's me! I was just gonna wrap the Second National Bank of all its $2 bills! I'm every second!
I hate that interpretation of him so much. That's not even a good parody. That makes no sense for a parody.
Becoming tiresome. I'm done playing games, Belladonna. If you won't
You've been here for a minute.
come out on your own, then I'll have to smoke you out.
We gonna set it on fire?
This is a library. I don't recommend that. This is a library. I don't recommend that.
I swear I'm getting...
And now you've screamed, so
Break
no
the
one knows who you are,
window!
Bella.
Break the windows!
A second. I think this is the stairwell.
Go!
I'm not letting you get away.
It's a mannequin.
Yeah.
Oh, not the
You
fire.
heathenist girl. You
To be fair, why would it burn from its own spell? That makes sense.
and your friend. You're a murderer, Bella. Murderer.
Oh.
What the hell? What did he just call you?
The club room is over here. Come on.
I mean,
I'm starting to imagine why she feels the need to exercise these poltergeists so
Where
much.
the hell are you going?
Didn't you try to like attack the school?
Okay, this is it.
You know, murder in retaliation.
Just need to grab everything, and then I can finish this.
Is that my damn book?
Oh, guess that's his motivation.
Why would you leave? Okay.
Finally.
Ah, dusty as ever. They didn't even.
Hold it right there.
Rev, don't, please.
No, you've got some explaining to do.
Why do
You know
you
this
care
school-
about her morality? Why do you care?
I'm guessing the reason is because Bella so far has because in like their interactions, like, you know, like they started off with like he like ruined like part of you know, like her like that, like her potion or something, and he seems to like always get her into trouble. So, but from his perspective, she comes across as a bit like holier than thou. So I guess this is like his way of getting the upper hand on her, being like, haha, guess what? You messed up this time, and several people died apparently. But you know, not the most wholesome of revenges, but you know,
Way too intimately. Admit it. You went here, didn't you?
I'm begging you, don't do that.
you know, I was onto something before in terms of what some bit of this being like someone's village
And these ghosts,
or city. I mean,
they all know you. Which means they were your classmates. And you murdered them. So, tell me, how the hell did a witch like you end up in a human public school? And what the hell drove you to murder?
of all monsters, you would imagine that witches that are just basically humans that practice magic a lot of the time would blend in much more seamlessly. Then again, Professor Lovecraft is a thing, and I don't even, you know, want to get into that again.
I'm gonna be honest though, they're probably going with the mentality of, oh, being a witch is a genetic thing, which is personally one of my least favorite tropes of witches, being like, oh, to become a witch, you have to be born a witch. And that's the only way you can practice magic. It's like, that's dumb. Why? Why is it have to be a genetic thing? That's one of the things in supernatural stuff I don't understand why. Which I'm glad Buffy didn't go that route, but unfortunately, Vampire Diaries universe goes that route, being like, oh, you have to be genetically a witch.
Yeah, I guess it's the same mentality behind like midichlorians and stuff like that for Jedi, which for a lot of people made it far less appealing as a concept, because, you know, suddenly became a case like, oh, you know, not everyone can become a Jedi. So, yeah. Yeah, about that. That's why for Average Academy, I made it so that yes, there are like families of what at least of witches, but you know but it's still possible for someone to come in who's brand new.
There's a difference being predisposed to being good at magic and having
Yeah.
a natural aura for it,
And it being completely blocked to anyone else. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
like there's a very big difference between those two options.
Yeah.
If I tell you, you'll hate me.
You're not getting past me without
He
confessing.
kind of hates you already. I'm gonna be fully honest. Why do you care?
Yeah. Of all people to worry about being hated by, you know, Rev Venet is the last one I would consider.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I was going to school with this guy and he hated me, I'd be like, okay, I actually don't care if you hate me. I'm gonna be fully honest.
I mean, he told you the kiss meant nothing. He refused to leave when you asked him to. You know, he broke in that he alerted the Poltex to your position. He's now prying into your affairs. What do you care about what this guy thinks of you, honestly?
I mean,
Come on,
unless
Taylor, have some self-respect.
Unless they're going the route of she likes him as a crush, but then I'm like, that's kind of dumb though.
Even then, you deserve better. I don't care, Bella. You know, like have some standards in your crushes.
Just don't say anything until I'm done. Okay?
Yeah, we gotta do it for this exposition dump. I mean, what?
Yeah. Surprisingly, we are only halfway through this episode, so the mystery is not the end all now.
I still remember the day I realized I didn't belong. I had this doll that I thought was so cool looking. I mean, I was the one who picked it off the shelf.
Is it, I guess, perhaps fitting that it's a cat that's, you know, that looks similar to, well, first of all, Honeko Neko, so, you know, that's another thing that's a comparison, but secondly, to Rev's cat specifically.
I loved that.
There's like, yes, a connection between them.
Thing. I brought it to school for show and tell day, and everyone freaked out. Called it gross.
No one seemed to react to it before you came up and presented it.
And ugly. But I really liked it. I thought to myself,
So then you killed
am I
everyone.
crazy?
Yeah, that's just called being goth. That's not the end of the world.
Do I
You
just
know,
see
if
things
I gave up my love of corpses because people called me weird, I would have a long time ago, but I didn't.
People call me weird all the time. You don't see me going a murder spree.
from everyone else? And the answer is yes. As I grew up, everyone in my class slotted into their niches. Popular, prep, jock. But
That's not realistic to real life, but okay.
That is all three of those have been used interchangeably in high school media. Are you kidding me? If you want to actually list some niches, list actual niches. I mean, jock maybe, I guess you could count that, but I mean, come on, list like theater kids, artsy kids, the goth
Band
kids,
kids.
yeah, band kids, exactly. Things that are actually things that a common interest people would band behind, rather than yes, this person is popular, this person is also preppy, all these things are different things. Yes, absolutely.
Of course.
I was the black sheep.
You're just the emo goth girl.
And I made good grades, but they all thought I was weird.
So then I killed them.
They'd all mutter and laugh when I walked by.
What?
Everyone would always...
Honestly, you look like the most normal girl walking.
I think it's because of the uniform. It's kind of hard to tell.
Honestly, they should have ditched the whole uniform concept, because at least giving her out their clothing will at least give a reason for people at a glance to judge her. Or give her, maybe she did something wacky of her hair. Maybe everyone had natural hair colors, but she dyed her hair different colors. I don't know. Something. She looks like every other person.
The trade-off is that by having a uniform, they don't have to worry about dressing their characters differently, and therefore they can have more to do with the extras, because they can make more of them in a timely fashion. Honestly, we probably should have done that for Drama Club. Oh wait, we did that.
We did do that for Drama Club. What are you talking about?
Look away, they didn't want to be caught staring. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't.
You're such a loser. You brought in a weird looking cat plush once, which I think
the problem here is that the visuals aren't supporting that. Yes, we can see the idea that that they stare at her weirdly or something, but now she's saying no matter what I tried. What we should have had is maybe a montage of her either doing weird things, or someone pointing out some of her strange obsessions, or her trying to join a certain niche group or something out of the three options that are available, and being laughed at or something. Similarly to how at the start of the Owl House, you have a couple of scenarios why Luz was sent to the principal's office before, so you get why she's seen as so weird.
Yeah.
To be friends.
And don't get me wrong, I think kids could be just randomly cruel to someone. Hey, I get that, but at the same time, in a story like this, I would prefer more substantial reasons, or at least reasons why kids initially started doing it, versus just you brought in a weird cat thing. Which, by the way, in a real high school, bringing in a cat like that would actually be seen as pretty cool. Because let's be honest,
I don't think that was a high school when that happened.
A weird cat like that would end up being a weird trend in a middle school or a high school, being oh, I love my edgy cat plush brand. I can't think of a name of one.
If the cat were terrifying, then yes, potentially. I'm thinking actually, again, going back to Aphmau, but this time real life Aphmau. Remember that video she did ages ago about how she wore cat ears to high school for most of her time there?
Yeah.
And that just became a thing. So yeah, and we love the one picture of her from high school that there's available that she could find was one where she didn't have them. But anyway,
It wasn't all bad though. I mean, I was the head of the occult club at least.
Yeah, see, this is what I was thinking.
See, that gives more reasons for people to think you're weird. Okay, can we just start with that instead of being I brought in a weird cat plush once, and everyone just believed me from that point onwards.
Well, I get that was probably the inciting incident. If they built it with like more like visual examples, then it wouldn't have been as strange. But yeah, like a lot of the time these instances they do start from like one small thing and then they snowball afterwards.
That
Also, I do love the shot of her being like, "I was the head of the occult club with no one sitting there." That was a good cinema use of. I keep forgetting like aerial shot. Like what did they actually crane shot? That's what it's called.
That was my favorite thing I remember from school. Spending hours just studying and reading. My parents collected old books like that, and I was just fascinated by them. But something changed one day. When I was about to head home after an occult club meeting, this
I hope she still says meeting.
boy,
This boy who had shaved every part of his head except for the front.
he was one of the popular boys.
Oh, not the preps or the jocks. Okay, good distinction, thank you.
Came up to me and asked me out to prom.
Is this Carrie? This is the story of Carrie, isn't it? If she gets pranked at the prom and then sets everything on fire and kills everyone that way.
Oh my god, it's Carrie!
Yeah, I mean, come on.
No one had ever gone out of their way to talk to me before, let alone ask me out. I almost couldn't believe it.
Oh, that's why you shouldn't
And when
believe
I
it.
came to school the next day, people were almost nice to me. They tolerated my presence, at least. Some of the girls in my class, they talked to me. And they said they were thinking of voting for someone unexpected that year.
Oh god, this is just Carrie!
Yep.
This is Carrie! No! Please don't make her backstory copy and paste of Carrie. That's really dumb.
Well, it's not exactly copy paste. They skipped the first scene.
Oh, it's naive, but I thought for a moment, what if they voted for me? And
That would be the reason that they mentioned it.
that made me really happy. I think the happiest I'd ever been at school. Anyway, the night of prom came.
Oh.
And I wore this dress, this black dress that my mom helped me buy. I remember getting to the
The dress is important to the story. Pay attention, Rev.
dance late because
And like,
that
if this is
boy-
a copy and paste of Carrie, it's also missing important parts of Carrie's story that honestly make Carrie's story more compelling. Because A, you have the religious trauma angle with the abusive mother, and then you also have her, and like because of that, she's super naive to stuff like periods and stuff, and just like.
Which is why I said they skipped the first scene, suggesting it was that one, yeah.
And like all that stuff does really build up Carrie as a tragic character because you see all the aspects and you see the aspects that the world failed Carrie just to eventually turn her into a mass murderer after she breaks and at prom after the Fig Split incident.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a Stephen King story without some religious trauma, so yeah, should have expected that.
said he'd pick me up, but he never did.
Okay, that I will say is more surprising.
So when I got there, I looked for him, but he just avoided me.
He's
Acted
dead.
the same as before, like I didn't exist. I think I remember seeing him huddled with his friends snickering,
Exhibit A, a huddle.
but I didn't stay hung up on it too long because they suddenly started announcing the prom winners.
So you arrived 5 minutes before the announcements?
That is a very sad prom.
They called me.
Oh.
They actually called me.
Oh, what?
No
way!
I stood on that stage and
And then I
stared
got Pig's blood dropped on me.
everyone, all of my classmates with this huge smile on my face. I was so happy. But then I...
No! 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 Stop it! Stop! You just copy and pasted Carrie, but made it less engaging because there isn't even other aspects of the story that make Carrie more. No!
I guess if they had like copied like everything, it probably would have been even worse on account of then you just
I
like
don't
don't have a unique
care.
character.
I don't care. They still did. They didn't even have to make it pig's blood. They could have made it like they could have did it like everybody.
Hey, look, you never know. Maybe it's goat's blood this time. Let's see.
Sticky cover my head. And I realized that girl.
Also, I'm pretty sure that like any sort of blood would of course been like, you know, tying a full circle between the opening scene regarding her period and the final scene with the blood on her was also, you know, which so again another thing that they're just missing out.
Girl who was acting nice to me. She was holding a rope on the side of the stage. I think she called it pig's blood.
Okay, it is pig's blood. Okay, never mind. Also, wait, hold on. Wait, you said you think she called it pig's blood? Wait, that suggests that not only are you not sure it was actually pig's blood and she might have been making it up, in which case, why make that up? Or alternatively, that she mouthed the words "it's pig's blood" to you, and you can lip read, and for some reason that was included. What do you mean? For some, I think she called it pig's blood. When did you have time to find that out?
Everyone laughed.
And also, arguably with Carrie as well. Like they at least went out of their way to make the actress like look, you know, like nerdy and stuff, and like maybe like they visually be at least judged. Maybe.
Okay, well, again, that would not make her the unique character. Bella already had a visual for what she's supposed to look like, and we know that she's nerdy. She doesn't have to look nerdy. We know like how she is already at this point.
I don't know. I mean, it's just frustrating though, because it's like out of all the backstories you could pick for what caused her to potentially do a freak out and accidentally kill people, you just straight up rip Carrie's backstory.
See, I would have imagined that if she actually got some members of the occult club there, that they potentially would have tried like some sort of ritual that went horribly, horribly wrong. That could have been one way of it.
Yeah, and then it could actually be kind of her, what, you know, whatever. You know, we don't need originality. You know, I've actually.
Apparently not. Originality in a series where all the names of the monsters are puns, just like in Monster High.
Yeah, but at least they were somewhat trying with some of the characters there, and they were like trying with some of the monsters, and like it's not like they ripped Sarah out of Monster High or anything. They didn't give Sarah the backstory of anything. I don't know. No, I'm just and like what makes this sad for me is up until this point, like obviously I've said this in the Deltarune thing, I think this creator does better with original stuff. And then
I've said the same thing.
And then we jump back to their original stuff, and the first thing I see is them essentially copying and pasting someone else's backstory over our original character.
Not even copy pasting, cutting like specific snippets from and using only those.
What?
Which again could be seen as better or worse depending on like how much deviation we want in that scenario.
Like it was just a harmless prank among classmates.
Well, pig's blood could get you really sick because their blood probably has diseases if it gets into any open cuts. So
I ran away.
She's not that kind of emo.
And to the occult room, the only place I felt safe where I could be alone. I was so sad and angry. I wasn't thinking clearly, and I wanted nothing more than for them to all pay. So when I opened the book, I thought, I can curse them so they feel a fraction of the pain I felt all these years. Only.
See, I wonder, because so far it's not been entirely clear if she's ever succeeded at enacting a curse or not. So this could be her first time actually trying to cast something from one of these books that she's been studying all this time.
I didn't know I wasn't human.
What?
And it was
so you just thought, I'm going to try to randomly curse them with some occult book.
Yeah, a regular human, am going to curse them. Little I know I wasn't a human, so therefore the curse worked. What? So you expect me to fail?
The Salem witch. And I didn't know that old book I borrowed from my mom and dad was the Necronomicon.
Of course it was. There must have been some magic in this this old Necronomicon I found.
Wait a minute. So
For when the fires start to spread, they began to run around.
wait. Also, where did you store that? You're wearing a dress. Where did you store that? You know, whatever.
I think no. The book was on the table. The book was on the table.
No, she brought it from her home.
No, she brought the book from... No, her parents collected books, but she read them in the occult room.
From my prison girl.
I think another thing also was that, you know, supposedly because, like, not... Because in Stephen King books, like, a lot of, like, people have unexplained psychic powers, and that's what they don't realize. But in this scenario, like, you know, it comes across as weirdly to say, like, oh, yes, I didn't know that I wasn't human, and therefore I would actually achieve something.
I will grant you your wish of vengeance.
At least like how this was that we're showing off like all the different like sides of this character. It's kind of like one of the framing devices. I'm gonna go into Dragon Ball again. It's kind of like the framing device of like when Goku charges the Spirit Bomb. In both the manga panels and in the anime shots, it's both the same thing where you actually see like the movements he actually does. Like you start up so part of his hands, you're gathering up the energy, pointing to the gesture, and then it actually happens. So you see like the actual movements and the charging of it a little bit before you get into the material, rather than just being like Spirit Bomb, ding, you know. So she wasn't human, so therefore could enact magic, but she needed to summon something else that possessed her in order to perform magic.
Yeah. I mean, I like how we don't see what happened, but we can imagine what's happening. I actually like that touch. Why is there pink on your face?
Oh my god!
Are we censoring the blood?
I mean, maybe that's just a magical effect now. Pig's blood turns pink when exposed to
No, pig blood's on her head.
It's so fragile. Even a young witch's body suffices to reduce them all.
Okay, well, I guess this is how we're gonna censor their eyes, alright?
Yes.
So it's like a gacha series now. That Linda Man.
What have I done?
Nothing so far, my witch. Together, we will move on to enough.
You know what? This is another thing as well. Obviously, Bella blames herself for summoning this thing, but now we're giving like giving like a scapegoat in the plot to be like, ah, yes, this like creature goaded me on. You know, it's it led me astray, rather than, you know, like you said before, the tragedy of like someone being corrupted and failed by the world.
Yeah, because at least Carrie did the murders all herself. She killed everyone herself. Whatever, you know. Diet Carrie.
Even after all this stuff.
Yes, with diet blood.
You still persist.
I told you when I first sealed you all that time ago.
Of course it's him.
You don't belong here in this world.
Which is why I left you in this world. I'll say this, you know, not only do we have like the actual like the actual flicking a page effect that I've never seen in Minecraft before, with a floating book, no less, but also but also this actor's performance of like actually casting a spell like that is probably the most convincing out of like any incantations I've heard so far. No friendliness pellets. Get them away from me. It's just me, or does this scene seem very quiet?
No music is necessary for Diet Carrie in her story.
Hmm.
This is
Oh,
also her parents' fault for not telling her she's a witch.
Well, yep, which actually is one thing she has in common with Rev, that they didn't tell him anything either. But also, do they not wonder where all their occult books kept going?
Stay away from me! I'm a monster!
There's a difference between monsters and monsters, young girl.
Again, the irony of that coming from H.P. Lovecraft.
We get to
Oh, wait, this is Lovecraft? Oh.
Yep. Every time this character says one of these lines or finds like mentorship wisdom, everyone appreciates the irony of coming from him specifically.
Ew.
I'm just glad his cat's not nearby. We heard enough of those today. We don't need to hear about his.
I don't want to hear about his cat. I don't want.
Yeah, no, you don't look up what his cat's name was.
The others like you, little witch. Please, come with me. You needn't sit in a place like this any longer.
Oh, yeah, no, I murdered a bunch of people. Everyone died.
Do you have a name, young one?
I appreciate the fact that she didn't stand so easily.
Bella. Belladonna.
No, seriously, what's your actual name? Oh, another one of these. Why does Kay keep getting the pun, students?
So, that's why I'm here. You're the first person I ever told that to. I killed them. And I'm the reason they're stuck here haunting this school.
They were like animals, so I slaughter them like animals. I hate them.
I can't take it anymore, Rev.
Weird amount of prequels comparisons in this video.
The
It's
guilt,
just-
the memory.
I'm just. I don't. What do I say about this? What? How do I? How
you don't
do I
need to say anything
articulate?
else. The point has come across. Don't
This
you worry.
is- You can't do this, or you shouldn't do this. This is. You know,
so about that episode 6 curse. How's that looking?
you know what I think? I think we should learn about the other vampire, his vampire roommate's backstory, and find out it's actually Mavis's backstory from Hotel Transylvania. Actually, I think we should do that because why not?
You know, if it weren't for the fact that witchcraft isn't outlawed, I would have said he'd probably be more of a Draculaura, but you know, I guess not.
They keep me up at night. The only way I can ever move on is if I atone for my sins. If I say sorry and beg for forgiveness.
I don't think they want to forgive
Which you haven't done so far in any of the times that
Yeah.
you've encountered them.
And then maybe, just maybe.
That's stupid.
What?
Screw the exorcism! If that's your reason for being here, then you're an idiot. I have my grimoire back now. We can just leave and be done with this. Let them
Wow.
haunt these halls until they crumble to dust. It's not your responsibility to help them to the other side.
Technically, they're not going to crumble to dust. They're just going to haunt this place for eternity.
Yeah, all the dust on his grimoire. Yeah.
That's my fault. I should have realized you could never learn empathy in a day.
Yeah, I know, right?
Go ahead and leave, Rev. I don't need your help. I can finish this on my own.
I appreciate the reference to episode 4.
Seriously? You're going to...
Just stop
I mean, it is ultimately her decision.
and leave me alone. Please.
She has the right to try, if nothing else.
Fine. She wants to care so bad, that's her problem. Not mine.
Rev, our
Just tell
protagonist,
Sarah.
everybody.
Yeah, I think like a lot of the time with like him, it seems like it seems like he has like such vitriol for people who like, you know, like think differently to him, So that whole idea of like him not knowing empathy, that is something that needs to be worked on. That's why I like episode 4 so much. I think episode 4 is probably my favorite out of the episodes we've seen so far. But mostly it's because we actually get some emotional variety from our protagonist. That was always good to see.
I mean, I think
But that was right. It wasn't going to be a day situation, but the seed would have been planted, and I think this is where we're going to see that like him actually be like, I don't care. Dang it, I care. I'm going to do something or whatever. I don't know
where to find me. Manus mea corpus rege.
Or we'll try this again a little bit. There's still like a quarter of the episode left. We don't have to do it immediately.
All right, zombie. I need you to.
Ah! Sarah, do something!
Is this
more fire?
how you make a burger?
What the hell? Sam, do something!
Oh gosh, she's gonna say
I will protect you with my body.
With my body.
Huh?
Oh, just let me do it!
Don't punch the fire! You're just gonna burn your hand!
Okay, in all fairness, it's Minecraft.
Sorry, guys, but I don't think I can make a burger.
Yeah, I could have told you that, vampire. Now, Sam, tell Sarah...
Mark, try again.
Huh?
Do exactly what you did before, but better. Solid advice.
Try again. Make the burger.
But Sarah...
Is this like a Mr. Miyagi moment? Show me wax on. Boom.
Mark, please.
God, I like
it's the one
Sarah.
thing I want because I'm not used to wanting things.
God, I like Sarah so much as a character in comparison to Rev and everyone else here. I'm so frustrated with everything.
Honestly, I like Mark. Like that's why I went to like make a song like from. Well, I actually it's partly because I heard a specific song that I know would work for him, but also like Mark is also delightful. He just hasn't had a chance to really shine, because for some reason, even though he's honestly even more eager to help out than Sarah, Rev just doesn't tolerate him. So so he always gets pushed aside.
If Rev were here, he would know what to do.
But he's not, Sarah. He went on his own. Remember?
It's okay, guys. Rev is here in spirit. No, literally, he's in my head.
I want a burger.
Oh,
Rev would know how to make burgers. So young yet so talented.
for the love of... Fine!
Sam? What are you...
Yeah, see, this is the thing where, where again, his empathy's coming in a little bit more now. This is the, I guess, for lack of a term, the appetizer, before we get to the main course.
doing?
Tell him to shut up.
Is that an apple? You put an apple on a burger? Oh, it's a tomato. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, small screen.
Shut up.
Okay, no. Let's do this. Put it all together.
Yes, put it all together on the hob. That's how you make a burger.
There.
Oh, yummy.
Now.
SpongeBob montage music. Yeah, it's been cooking for a second. Therefore, it is ready.
Not for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't care about you. You're only my puppet. I care about my slightly more competent puppet.
You know how to cook, Sam?
She really is a genius.
God damn it.
That's the best recurring thing this episode.
Sarah? What do you think?
It's good. Really good.
Really,
really good.
You know what? You know what's frustrating about this episode after seeing this scene?
Yeah.
We could have had an episode about the monsters in the human world having wacky shenanigans, not understanding human things.
and had a comical episode where ultimately Rev ends up being our straight man to everybody else not understanding anything in the human world. And that could have been an awesome episode. But instead, we had an episode where we got stuck in a school again, being chased by ghosts with a copy and paste backstory of Carrie applied to one of the characters. I love it here.
Honestly, we could have had both. We could have had an A plot, B plot situation. The problem is like this show doesn't have an A plot, B plot structure because it's always from Rev's perspective.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I would suggested, doing basically what happened here, where like every now and then Rev like periodically checks in on them and sees like something else going on. Honestly, we probably did more of these scenes to balance it out, and then we could have had like like a couple of those moments of like the investigation or figuring out what's going on with Bella in between those, rather than mostly happening all at once.
Man, if only Rev could have seen this.
What would they do without me? It's like they can't survive a second without my help. None of them can.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're still like continuing to eat it. Should I do like the Minecraft thing in one bite?
Can they?
And it's even eaten.
Did you want me to repeat all of that?
Forget it, zombie. Make yourself a
Okay, I'm good at that. Do I also make a burger for Mark? Nah, forget Mark.
Work to do.
Does Mark even eat regular food, or does he just eat blood?
That is a good question.
He may not even eat food.
Yeah, maybe he'll just eat one of like the raw patties or something. Oh, I know they're all frozen. Forget that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could defrost the patty and then like suck all the blood out of it. Maybe.
Spirits, come to me.
Oh yes.
What's even left in
There you are, freak.
Done running? Good.
I appreciate the fact that like the ghosts actually do look like the version of themselves that we saw in the flashback.
Because I've just been itching to get this over with.
Me too. So, just let's end this, okay? Listen, I'm here to help you move on, okay? Just tell me what you want.
You
dead.
killed us, Belladonna.
I know I did! And I'm sorry, okay? I am so sorry. Just please tell me what I need to do to make it right.
You need
Die.
to die, witch.
Yeah.
Of course.
What?
That's what
You
what do you
ruined
expect?
our lives. And you
Yeah, I mean, they're not exactly be the most pitiful thing, but I mean, not only are they vengeful spirits, but they're also bullies to begin with, so yeah.
think you deserve to go on living?
I had a future! You freaking loser! You took that away from me!
You deserve to suffer the same fate as us. You deserve to die, Miss Belladonna, because you're a monster.
Okay, from the teacher, that's definitely, I mean, again, the spirit's talking, sure.
Wait, but Please. I'm sorry.
Sorry, won't bring us back, you freak.
I suppose they're also like still, it also makes sense now they're all in their prom outfits rather than uniforms.
You killed us. Now it's only fair that you die too.
Maybe you're right.
This is not how you exorcise ghosts.
Rev? What are you?
You wanna die too, freak?
Quiet, Geist. Unfortunately for both me and
Again, Geist and Vamp, two sides of the same.
you, you won't be the one to kill me. But you're welcome to try. It might be fun.
Beat it, loser. This one's ours.
We'll see how well you keep.
Also, there are only 3 spirits that I feel like any sort of, remorse to that or something. There are like way more of them.
Yeah, no, she massacred a lot more people.
Stop. Please. They're right. I deserve this. I deserve to die.
Wow, this would be so much more hard hitting if I actually felt joy over your backstory and thought it was good.
Okay, yeah, but you know what? I'll say at least this is something that I like whenever media addresses this idea that of whether or not people deserve to die, because obviously the poltergeists did not deserve to die. There was never the intention behind what happened to them. They were mean people, but mean people, they continue to exist, and the hope is that they either improve or that
They
life
die.
comes back at them. Or life comes back at them. I'm not.
And they die.
The point that I'm trying to make is exactly the opposite of that. They didn't deserve to die, and neither does Bella, despite what happened. But she's not going to see it that way. So it at least means that someone having an outside perspective actually has a role here. Sort of similar, actually, to how the Music Freaks sort of worked. Like at least like the early parts where Jake was going around helping each of the music club, like from one episode to the next, but which was obviously like part of like trying to get into their good graces and such. But it's also because that was a thing they wanted to do in the first place. But him being an outside person to either encourage them or to find ways to help them along, was sort of like how that like how that show operated. And for all intents and purposes, Rev is doing the same thing here, even if he's not like consciously realizing that, I mean, maybe he now from that previous scene, like I said, it was like his sort of like precursor, like building up the empathy there. He realizes that, people need him, and without them, some of them would be either lost in their own thoughts or, lost literally or emotionally in this case. So that aspect, at least, I will say, I will commend them for tackling. Because yeah, I have a hard time saying that anyone deserves to die. Obviously, but partly also because death is a permanent just erasure when somebody has caused suffering or something. If they want to make them feel remorse, then then removing them from existence is not going to do that, is it? So even in that angle, but also, clearly Bella's going to carry this with her for the rest of her life anyway. And, I would definitely say in this instance, especially, that's punishment enough.
Shut the hell up! You think you deserve to die? I thought you were smarter than this. I guess I thought wrong. You're an idiot!
You've already called her an idiot before, but okay.
Yeah, you didn't really think she was smart ever.
Excuse me? I know you called me an idiot before, but now you're calling me an idiot? How dare you?
Ghosts did to you? They made your life hell! They tortured you for years!
Okay, so maybe not quite the reasoning that I was hoping that you were going for here.
And drove you to the breaking point, and you think you need to say sorry? Screw that! These miserable wastes of human flesh don't deserve an apology.
They're not human flesh anymore. They're not. They're uncorporeal now.
They're wasted. They're wasted human flesh. Yes.
Years. Don't you get that? If empathy means having to roll over for any jerk who demands it, then we're all better off without it.
Rev, I'm a monster.
Oh.
Not quite the lesson about like what empathy's supposed to mean. A little bit too far on the other extreme. All right then.
Boo freaking who? Welcome to the club, you moron! You go to a school filled with them! But out of all those freaks at our academy, you're the most human by far.
I mean,
way more human
literally,
than these
because
idiots!
most of them are immortal, technically. You're not immortal.
You're just like her. A monster.
And you
Whatever.
I mean, he did just say welcome to the club, yeah.
deserve to die just like...
Shut up.
You can say whatever you want about me, but don't you dare talk about Rev that way. Wait, what? I've been mean to you as well. What are you talking about? Hush, Rev. I speak for you now.
What did you just say?
I said shut up! Do you have any idea how many nights I spent crying?
And like the frustrating part is this. I feel like this moment is meant to be like the whole Sarah yells at Wendy, but at least the Sarah yells at Wendy still felt
better than this scene in my opinion. I don't know. I would describe it.
I think it's because there was more build up to it. Like there was a whole scene beforehand about like Sarah's what was it? There's a whole, almost like half an episode dedicated to Sarah's, lack of emotions before that point. So there was an idea that there would be something that would cause her to break, that was related to her and also to Rev, rather than the first time that they turn on Rev.
I've seen your faces in my nightmares. Rev's right. You don't deserve my pity. Or my guilt. I spent all this time begging for forgiveness, but for what? What do I need it for? You ruined my life! And now you have the audacity to demand that I suffer like you! Guess what? I already have! All I ever—
See, that's what I was saying, but for different reasons. Yes, she has suffered enough, but, But I wish the takeaway weren't the fact that, the fact that they don't deserve any pity for, being murdered, because that's an escalation that never needs to happen.
I mean,
but aside from that,
I mean, you never know who you might push to do that. I'm gonna be fully honest. I'm just saying, you never know who you're gonna. You never know what your action. I mean, come on, their actions.
I know that you and I have differed immensely on the ideas of deserving to die. Whether or not even I mean even in D&D, for crying out loud, I'm always the one pushing back on that. But throughout the years we've been writing together, that's also one thing that keeps appearing. Obviously there's the famous someone comes along and shoots Pop in the face scene that never made it into.
That's a deleted scene, guys. It's canon. In between season 2 and 3, she was actually in the hospital dealing with supreme brain damage. Definitely, I can confirm as a co-writer. Totally, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a number of years, so I'll just remind people of what that was all about. When we were writing season 2 of The Mutant Girl, the scene where, right after Morwenna and Malvik's biggest argument, which is around Pop as a subject.
Right, Pop was doing it intentionally. Pop was doing it.
Yeah, no, I then made a point in the script to write down the fact that Pop was doing this. I just said yes, all according to plan or something along those lines.
It worked.
It wasn't just the fact that Malvik couldn't move on by himself with his friend group, but it was Pop actively pushing him towards that and still pulling the strings. That's why Aiden then took over the writing and when someone comes in and shoots Pop in the face. Obviously that was never going to make it in. That was just a knee-jerk response in the script, but on the Google Doc when we were writing it originally. That was never going to make it in the episode.
Listen, some people will never learn, and then people will continue to exist and make your life hell. So you know what? And if you can't get away from that, I'm just saying, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do anything to people. But if something were to happen to someone, hypothetically, I wouldn't shed a tear, and I wouldn't care. I would be like, oh no, my table, it's broken. I don't care. Anyway.
Yeah. That was the other example, obviously, but that they were and even though like Fallen Angels versus Mutant Girl in general, about obviously the fact that no one's died in Mutant Girl anyway for other reasons, but even then, Fallen Angels has I think there's a few scenes where for example it's yes, I can kill Diogenes, it was what he would want, or Abraxas must die or something, all those things, because remember, Fallen Angels could have been a series without much in the way of death at all, because the characters, most of them, are technically immortal in the sense of they will not die naturally. So originally, with Fallen Angels, it seemed like it seemed like there was the whole conflict was going to be on a conceptual and philosophical level, because it was about somebody who fled their society surrounding the death of others, and the ideas pushing back on their points of view on how that should be handled, and or should anyone even be saved in these circumstances. The opposite situation, people who don't deserve to die yet do. Should someone interfere, or is that unfair in the grand scheme of how death works in most theologies, including the Greek theology? then angelic weapons got introduced, and I was like, okay, fine, they can die now. Great.
Well, it was always meant to be a plan of them being able to physically die.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know until like you mentioned that to me, because obviously, you had concepts you didn't like tell me like at the beginning.
I mean,
the same way that I didn't
a
tell you,
major
like, this
source
is
of
a musical.
inspiration for the show is Supernatural itself,
Which I hadn't seen, therefore I never heard the concept.
Yeah. There are major concepts that I derived it from a lot of concepts. I haven't seen Buffy at that point, but like a lot of like the teen, I guess they're supernatural teen dramas for the most part, but sometimes they're adults, depends on the show. But like the supernatural dramas is mostly where I derived all my inspirations for Fallen Angels, at least conceptually.
Yeah. Which of course I've realized now. I mean, for crying out loud, there's Castiella's in the actual series, but yeah, I just mean that this is like that, like this takeaway is disappointing for me specifically, but I can see why other people would rally behind it, having heard like your perspective on that for years. Is what I was mainly getting at.
Wanted was someone to accept me, but you used that childish desire against me. This is your just desserts. You have no one to blame but yourself. But you know what? I am better than you. Because I still came back here, and I still want you to be free. So this is your last chance. Stay here and suffer forever, or leave me the hell alone.
I could do both if they never came back. Was that all she did? Was there no like words for the exorcism? I guess it was a snap of the fingers. All right, fair enough.
Oh my god, she snapped them just like an Infinity War.
I was thinking miraculous, but that works too. That works too. I was whoa, ba 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 ba. Anyway.
Well, they're not under the red moon.
Yeah, they're under a moon.
By the way, I was just thinking about the logic of that just now. Supposedly everyone in the city has been snapped away, but that doesn't make any sense because most people, like, what if someone was inside their house with like the blinds covering their window? The red moon wouldn't have hit them, therefore they wouldn't have been able to be snapped away.
Considering the amount of time he snapped his fingers anyway, if someone looked out the window at any point, they probably would have been, But also, if they looked out the window, if they knew to shut the blinds, it's already too late because they've already bathed under the red moon in the first place. So
how does that work?
They're already kind of exposed,
absorbed in their skin. I know we're probably not gonna get the science of the magic, but it's like absorbed into their skin. Does it like put a marker on them? How is that actually?
At least in the Spanish dub, the way they phrase it is anyone who has bathed in the light or has bathed at any point. Like they use that specific like verb tense, so it doesn't mean that they necessarily have to still be under it at the time. Although I don't know if that could be different in other versions.
It's weird if you're standing.
Fine.
I like Rev's outfit here, by the way.
I spent all my life just wanting to make a friend. And now I'm at a new school and I don't know. I still never figured out how.
Why does it matter? Is having friends really that important?
You've never had a friend?
Aren't you friends with like Sarah?
Again, Sarah is mostly a means to an end to him at this point, so probably not.
Yeah.
How would I have? My parents homeschooled me.
Ah, there we go. That's why we didn't have like any scenes of like, but I always imagined again he returned from somewhere, so I imagine he must have like gone out at some stage.
All I think there was to do was listen to music and read books.
I didn't know you were so lonely.
That's what I did. I read books. I probably listened to music at some point, I imagine. I don't know.
Lonely? No. I was way happier before I got dragged into this nightmare of a school.
So you've never wanted to get to know someone? To have a friend?
Why would I?
I don't know. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. Part of me feels like Rev's character development should be slightly further along on the pure basis that we're like 2 episodes away from the finale at this point, right?
We're 2 episodes from the finale of the first season, of which we now know there to be a second.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like his first season development should be a bit more further along. I mean, we're 6 episodes into an 8-episode season. Like, just a little bit further along will go a long way character-wise.
Maybe. It depends like what kind of thing they're going for. It does seem like some of these episodes, the formula is getting in the way a little bit, which is only really an issue because of the episode length. Because yeah, like most like formulaic shows, have a formula because they have like a longer longer running time to play around with. Having now looked at it, yes, they are. I did. For some reason, I thought there were 11 episodes. I don't know why.
No,
I think
there's
it's 11 videos. I think there are 11 videos in the playlist. I know there are 8. I checked today, but I mean, like for some reason, I think the playlist has more videos in there, which I guess probably include like trailers or teasers or something. How what people put like that stuff in there.
Teasers are awesome for building up hype of your own show. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, putting them in the official playlist and therefore padding up the video count. Yeah, that's why I got confused. Maybe, but so yeah. I mean, I guess to a certain extent, yeah, like having, like there are some episodes that do seem to like achieve like the same goals as each other, and then there is also then there is also episode 2 where Rev himself chases down a bunch of dead people that he doesn't know and is far less effective even than this one. Who's that character again? The left? That is Belladonna. And that is a real name.
Well, her name is Bella, technically. Belladonna is like her whole name.
Yeah.
If you ever wanted to try, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, get in line. Right after that vampire and that angel.
I was about to say, yes.
What? What's so funny, Witch?
I wouldn't want to be friends with Rev. Rev sounds like is the worst. Honestly, I find the idea of chasing a friendship to be kind of dumb. But also, Rev just doesn't come off like a fun person to be around. Like,
I can understand why Mark and Sarah want to be friends with him. Mark, because he's incredibly naive and sees the positive value in everyone. He's basically Nathaniel. That I understand. But Sarah because well, I mean, she was so nonchalant up until this point that nothing that Rev did really like fazed her that much until she actively started to show that she cared for him because they've gotten close at this point. From both of them, I can understand why they want to be friends. Bella, on the other hand, maybe the events of tonight might have been something.
But
not so much episode 4 as much, although they did seem to
even this night
understanding after that before the kiss scene happened. But as of right now, like seeing like, but knowing that Rev like actually did, jump to her defense and somehow like made her reframe her guilt. I'm sort of starting to see it a little bit.
I don't know.
I still say to her, have some standards.
Even then, he's still being a jerk to you. I mean, he was nice to you that one time, but just because a mean person is nice to you once doesn't necessarily, and like helps you some way, like a single time, doesn't necessarily absolve them from every other time they were not so nice to you.
Okay, but the other times that Rev wasn't nice, it involved mostly either getting her in trouble by association or ruining a potion and therefore like affecting like academic track record. Compare that to making her reframe the most traumatic event of her entire life that's defined her perception of herself.
I guess.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
You had the Necronomicon once. What happened to it?
Oh.
Probably with her parents.
Well, I mean, I thought it was the same book that Lovecraft used, actually. They just kind of picked it up.
The one that grants its wielder perfect mastery over death. Yes, that book.
Lovecraft took it.
Yep. That was part of the story, Rev.
I think he's protecting it.
Oh god.
Doesn't mean it's like her head tilting weirdly because of the
So that means he's gonna proceed to steal it. Or at least want to steal it probably next episode.
Maybe. That's entirely possible. By the way, the bus probably left them by this point this morning.
Good to know.
What's that mean?
That face.
Nothing you can worry about.
I like that parallel between them. They both said that for different reasons.
Well, this was all a complete waste of time. I have a prison to get back to. You coming?
You bet.
Don't like this man.
You know, the one thing that they didn't do in this scene, the one thing they didn't do was like start to play music and then just like actually do a prom dance because he never got the chance.
But like, why are you blushing at this? Oh,
Cut you, Revenant.
why are you?
Oh, there you are the whole time.
Where
You know
you
what?
been?
I'm gonna headcanon that some of those voices were Wendy. After all, she was yes and did.
Don't blush at this man. They're clearly setting her up to be a love interest, but he hasn't been particularly nice to you most of the time. So
They've been setting her up since episode 4. It's not just now.
Even if you could get over the whole, everything up to this point and potentially become friends, do not jump to love interest because it's gonna end up him just yelling at you constantly in a relationship, and that sounds very unhealthy. Don't do that.
Not that she wouldn't yell back, but that doesn't make it better.
That makes it worse.
It's doubly toxic. Yay!
They both yell at each other. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. This episode, I'm so frustrated by the backstory though. Why do they just have to make it Carrie's backstory? Like, it just copy and paste Carrie's backstory into this story, and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah,
It's
I at least can understand why they removed certain things about it because it wouldn't have made sense to the character that they chose for this, nor for I guess now the larger lore surrounding the Necronomicon itself. So on that level, I sort of understand. I wish they had included like the whole idea of like, you know, this like creature that corrupted their Bella further, or I did like, you know, the killing so it was subconscious for her, because like you said before, that ruins the tragedy of like her doing the murders herself.
Because like, I don't know, what if her like witchiness ended up maybe the curse she tried to put on them worked, and they all like maybe she cursed them all to not breathe or something, you know, they're cursed to take their breath away, but that literally caused them to suffocate or something, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, it wouldn't matter necessarily. I mean, but the like,
or she went like crazy and she just, I don't know, or maybe she did a spell that made the area around them toxic because they're toxic people. Bam, poison them to death. Be like, oh
yeah. I mean, all of those are still like within the realms of the of the Carrie backstory, you know, compared to what else could happen. I mean, I guess now seeing what they were trying to set up as far as like, you know, the deserving to die aspects and everything, I can see why like my idea of, you know, a ritual in an occult club that went horribly wrong wouldn't have worked, because that would have just been a mistake. It wouldn't have been the retaliation that they were trying to set up. But even then, that all that means really is that you didn't need the prom setting for that to happen. There could have been like any number of incidents, you know, or like the montage building up to, you know, like either one final moment or just the straw that broke the camel's back, and then her character curse at some other stage. You know, it would have meant, you know, sacrificing the prom outfits at least. But I feel like that'd been, you know, a worthy exchange, all things considered.
I don't know. I mean, again, it's just frustrating because I know this creator can make some creative concepts. Obviously, we have the whole annoying names representing what they are, and I get that. And that's kind of dicto Monster High. But you know, at least Monster High
that doesn't bother me near as much as it does Ghosty. I just play it up.
Yeah, but at least Monster High is somewhat relevant. Yeah, or it's not as relevant to this because it's not like they're copying and pasting the exact characters from Monster High and giving them the same names. You know, they're at least trying in that level of originality. But like, I don't get how you can like make this whole original character who's meant to be a major character in your show, and then instead of coming up with a unique backstory for them, you just copy and paste other popular media. It's not even obscure media. At least if they did something like obscure no one knew about, then it could be like, oh well, you know, not many people know about this book,
So I guess this copied backstory isn't that big of a deal in comparison. But like, no, everybody knows this. Everyone knows, or at least most people know what Carrie is. The story of Carrie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. At this stage, I'm not sure because I don't know how much people have like looked back on this. Like the average audience this show is probably aimed for maybe has yet to experience Carrie for the first time or through cultural osmosis. So I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, for us it was immediately recognizable. That's another thing as well about whether or not the intention was, oh hey, it's gonna come across I don't know. I have to check the comments regarding that to see if people actually recognized what was going on or not. Which I don't have open right now, so I will not do on this video. So oh well. But I think it's safe to conclude that that at least from this series, from what we've observed, the episode 6 curse has also followed Rexiipher.
But this is 2 episodes.
It's probably on the same. It's probably on the same level of. It's not the same level of pointlessness as episode 2, because episode 2 was actually a similar concept to this, but from Rev's perspective and people that he didn't know and had no reason to put through any more suffering whatsoever. So at least this time, even if I don't agree with the reasoning, everything that happens in this is justified in the story. So that's at least one thing I can say over episode 2. But the combination of all these different things, like how they tried to pull it off, probably definitely makes
and I
it
definitely think that emotional scene could have worked really good if the build up, if the thing behind the emotional scene, worked, or like was actually original and worked as is, And I don't know.
I mean, part of that is probably like the obvious Carrie ripoff, like clouding that idea. Because when you boil it down, the idea of somebody killing her bullies in retaliation under whatever circumstances, then having to reckon with that, and then deciding whether or not to blame herself for the incident or not. That's still consistent whether or not the story behind it is the Carrie or not. So I think that's probably skewing our judgment a little bit in terms of how effective that scene really is. But then again, the setup behind things, execution, as you say.
The setup still matters. Like, obviously, like, don't get me wrong, like, big scenes like that could be really impactful. But the setup behind it is botched, and always going to leave a mark on that scene and damage that scene in a way that the scene itself, looking at it individually, you would never notice. But knowing the context behind it, it's like, yeah, no, there's some sort of small damage here that makes this work less than it really should. And I don't know. I'm just like kind of frustrated with it. Because that part really soured me on this episode. And like it really that major point in the episode just really soured me. And also Rex's behavior in this episode. Not Rex.
Rev.
Yeah. Rev's behavior in this episode really did kind of just frustrate me at a certain point, because again, we're pretty late in the season. I don't know, I kind of hoped he would at least start to like develop more as a character. Like if this was like episode 2, it would be like, okay, we're early on in the season, but like we're about to next episode is going to be the penultimate episode of the whole season. I feel like we should at least start to get I feel like at this point we should be on our way to getting him to the point we need him to realistically be.
I got the sense that he regressed a little bit in he regressed a lot in episode 5. Reason being that he was goaded back into his old ways at that point. So it's kind of like how in Avatar, like throughout like all like most of book 2, like Zuko like versus like the life that he could actually have as an Earth Kingdom refugee. He starts to not care as much about was doing his own, his uncle's teaching sort of throw in, but then he was offered the chance to go back to how he was before, and he immediately takes it and then regrets it. That's the thing. I think a similar thing sort of happened last episode where Rev was goaded back into, like his original goal, even though it did start off with him still trying to go through with it. That's because after one episode of time is different to, a whole like several months worth of time for Zuko. So, it's not a one-to-one comparison. He was still going to try different things, but the way the principal handled it definitely made things worse and made it so that his goal was now to annoy her and to anger her as much as possible, knowing that things actually do get to her so she can possibly relent again. He was granted once again, like, more false hope regarding like how to do things. Which I guess means that, we're back to, once again, the same character who gave him a different perspective in the first place, now needing him in the same way and offering, like, a different life lesson at least. I'll say that Bella has at least been the most effective in inciting those pieces of change in Rev out of the entire cast so far. I do like when those two interact, regardless of the the subtext and setting up that it entails.
I don't want them to get together, especially if Ren isn't going to change much this season. If they get together by the end of this season, I'm going to be so upset. I'm like, if you haven't barely worked for changing, and yet you're still in the end going to get the girl and everything's going to be quote unquote fine, even though you haven't did the work to change, it's like you're still pretty terrible.
It remains to be seen because, again, clearly season 2 has still started, and it seems like they're still at Monster High. So clearly he never escapes Cade, nor I guess graduates from it, if that's even possible. So
who knows? But also, this episode had a missed opportunity by trapping them in a school. Like, we go to the human world to get the characters out of the school for episode. And then, what their first thought is? Yeah, let's trap our characters in a school.
Yeah, I think that would have been that would have been better balanced if it weren't for the fact that we had so few scenes outside of that context. Because the setup, like, it implies that, and we get the scenes with like Mark and Sarah and Sam regarding like the outside world and the reactions. If we had more of those to balance it out, it wouldn't have felt so bad. I understand, and I was going to point this out, even before I realized like what was happening with Bella specifically. She's always felt very much like the Hermione Granger equivalent character, the one who is described by many people as the outsider of the outsiders. That's how like Steve Kloves defined her, actually. The outcast of the outcasts. And only by they set herself in just like academics alone and in her interests and without a specific life or death circumstance would not have made the friends that she actually did. So on that level, it's consistent. It's consistent with like how it was portrayed. Like like we see that was always the case for her. Even back before she even knew about about Cade or anything. So at least the carry of that story serves that purpose, but it didn't even need to be carried for that to work. It would have just been like it could have been anything else. But yeah. So yeah, and of course, the best thing that happened like for Hermione was the fact that she, like got the friends that she did. So again, I definitely concur with you that we don't need to involve romance in this, but at least that connection, and
I don't mind romance eventually happening, but again, when your main character has so many flaws and so many toxic stuff relation to their potential love interest, you need to really have them work on them flaws and get rid of them, or at least smooth them out completely, or smooth them out more and soften them.
Yeah, but like I said, Bella's been the one who's been the most successful at that thus far.
Yeah, but also then that gets into a toxic thing where the main reason the two people are together is so one person can fix the other.
Oh yeah, for a romance, that's awful.
That is like you should not get with someone purely to fix them.
Yeah, no, but for a character dynamic, it definitely was. They've helped each other out more than I think either one of them currently realizes, and that's regardless of any romantic feelings that they're setting up. So on that level, at least, I enjoy it. It's just saying that this time it came packaged with everything else that it did. But all right, I think that's enough for now because we are at precisely 2 hours, so I feel like it's a good point. But yeah, let's know what you think about this. Clearly, this episode has a lot of philosophical angles one could go down, but this isn't an Everly survey, so I'm not going to blindside you by asking about that. If you want to comment about those ideas, so be it. But on your own head. For everyone else, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. And subscribe if you've done so already. And on that note, until next time. Farewell.
Drugs.
Ooh.